Have you ever caught yourself saying something to your child and immediately wished you could take it back? You're not alone. Welcome back to Mindful Thinkers. Today, we're diving into a topic that hits close to home for many of us: the way we communicate with our children. The words we use as parents have immense power. They can shape our children's world, influence their self-esteem, and impact their emotional development. But sometimes, in the heat of the moment, we might let slip phrases that are more harmful than helpful. So whether you're a new parent, a seasoned guardian, or just interested in the psychology of parenting, stay tuned. You might be surprised at what you'll learn about the power of words in shaping a child's world. Toxic phrase number 1. First on our list is a phrase you might have heard or even said yourself: "You're being too sensitive." It seems harmless, right? But let's unpack why it's more problematic than it appears. When we tell a child they're too sensitive, we're essentially dismissing their feelings. It's like saying their emotions aren't valid or important. This can lead to them feeling misunderstood and might discourage them from sharing their feelings in the future. It's crucial for children to feel heard and understood, especially in moments of vulnerability. Instead of dismissing their emotions, try acknowledging them. Say something like, "I see this is really important to you." This response validates their feelings and opens up a channel for deeper communication. It tells your child that their emotions are valid and that you're there to support them, not judge them. Toxic phrase number 2. Next up is a phrase that often slips out in moments of frustration. "Why can't you be more like your sibling?" At first glance, it might seem like a simple expression of exasperation, but the implications are far-reaching. This phrase pits siblings against each other, creating an environment of comparison and rivalry. It sends the message that one child is the standard and the other falls short. This not only harms the self-esteem of the child being compared, but can also strain the sibling relationship, fostering resentment and competition. Instead of drawing comparisons, focus on each child's unique strengths and qualities. Encourage them by saying, "I really admire how you show such creativity in your drawings. Your use of colors and imagination is incredible." This approach celebrates individuality and helps each child develop a sense of self-worth independent of their sibling. Toxic phrase number 3. Moving on to phrase number 3, which many parents might find themselves saying, "I do everything for you." It's often expressed in moments of frustration, but it's important to understand the weight it carries. This statement can inadvertently put a lot of guilt and pressure on a child. It suggests that they owe their parents for fulfilling basic parental responsibilities, which can lead to feelings of indebtedness or inadequacy in children. It's vital for kids to grow up feeling loved and cared for unconditionally, not as if they are a burden or in a constant state of debt to their parents. Instead of highlighting your sacrifices, foster a sense of mutual appreciation and teamwork within the family. Try saying, "We all contribute to our family in different ways. I appreciate how you help out too." This approach builds a healthy family dynamic where everyone feels valued for their contributions. Toxic phrase number 4. Phrase number 4 is one we've probably all heard: "You're so lazy, ungrateful." It's a direct attack on a child's character and can be deeply hurtful. Using labels like lazy or ungrateful can significantly damage a child's self-esteem. It makes them feel as if their whole personality is flawed, rather than focusing on a specific behavior that needs improvement. These labels can stick, affecting how children see themselves and their abilities. Instead of labeling, address the specific behavior and guide them towards improvement. Say something like, "I noticed you've been having trouble keeping up with your chores. What's going on?" Or, "I feel happy when you show appreciation for the things we do." This approach focuses on behavior and fosters open communication, responsibility, and genuine gratitude. Toxic phrase number 5. The 5th phrase on our list is a classic but troubling one: "Stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about." It might be intended to quiet a child, but the message it sends is far from comforting. This phrase not only invalidates a child's current emotions, but also instills fear. It teaches them that expressing sadness or fear is wrong, and that these feelings are punishable. This can lead to children suppressing their emotions, which is unhealthy for their emotional development and well-being. A better approach is to allow children to express their emotions and guide them through it. Say something like, "I can see you're really upset right now. Do you want to talk about it?" Or, "It's okay to feel sad. Let's figure out what's bothering you together." This helps them feel safe to express their emotions and learn healthy ways to process and communicate their feelings. Toxic phrase number 6. Coming in at number 6 is a phrase that's often said in frustration: "You always never do this." It's a common expression, but it's loaded with absolutes that aren't usually accurate. The problem with using always or never in our language is that it exaggerates the situation and can feel overwhelming or unfair to the child. It leaves no room for the times they did get things right, and this all-or-nothing thinking can be demotivating and damaging to their self-esteem. Instead, focus on specific instances and work on solutions. For example, say, "I've noticed you've been having trouble turning in your homework on time. What can we do together to help you stay on track?" This approach is more about problem-solving and less about placing blame, which is far more effective in encouraging positive change. Toxic phrase number 7. Phrase number 7 is a classic. "Because I said so." It's a quick way to end a discussion, but let's consider what it actually does to a child's understanding and growth. This phrase can be problematic because it shuts down communication and stifles a child's natural curiosity. It offers no explanation or understanding of the reasons behind a rule or decision. As a result, children may feel dismissed or confused, and it can discourage them from asking questions and learning more about the world around them. A better approach is to take the time to explain your reasoning. For example, say, "I want you to do your homework now because it's important to develop good study habits for your future." This not only gives them a clear understanding of the rule, but also shows respect for their intelligence and curiosity. It's a way to teach and guide rather than just command. Toxic phrase number 9. The 9th phrase we're discussing is, "You owe me for all I do for you." This statement might be expressed in moments of frustration, but it's important to consider its deeper impact. When parents say this, it creates a transactional dynamic within the family. It suggests that the care and support parents provide are conditional, something that needs to be repaid, rather than given unconditionally out of love. This can lead to feelings of guilt and obligation in children, rather than a sense of security and belonging. A healthier approach is to foster a sense of family contribution and mutual support. Try saying, "We all help each other in our family because we care about each other. How can we work together on this?" This promotes a collaborative family environment where each person's efforts are valued as part of a loving, supportive system. Toxic phrase 10. Lastly, we come to a phrase that can deeply affect a child's emotional health. "You should be ashamed of yourself." It might be intended to teach a lesson, but the way it's conveyed can be detrimental. Using shame as a tool for discipline can have long-lasting negative effects. It can lead to feelings of worthlessness and an internalized sense of being inherently bad or flawed. This kind of emotional scarring can carry into adulthood, affecting self-esteem and relationships. Instead of shaming, guide children to understand and learn from their mistakes. Say, "I understand you made a mistake, and that's okay. Let's talk about what happened and how you can make a better choice next time." This approach helps the child learn and grow without the harmful effects of shame. As we've seen today, the words we use with our children carry incredible weight. Mindful and positive communication is key in fostering healthy, supportive relationships with our kids. Remember, it's not just about avoiding certain phrases. It's about understanding the feelings behind these words and how they impact our children. It's a journey, and we're all learning and growing together in this. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences on this topic. Please share them in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.